Hello, Team Dynamite. Hot Mess Express coming in live at you tonight. Literally, I have been the last 2 days, I think I was fighting a virus, but also burnout. I think I slept for 2 days straight. Pretty much, I slept for 2 days straight, off and on. I'm finally coming alive. I was like, Tim, I finally feel like awake for the first time in 2 days. I was so tired the last 2 days. It was, wow, it was crazy. Hi, Hannah. Am I in Team Dynamite right now, or am I live on my wall? Please tell me I'm in Team Dynamite, because I do this all the time. I'll go live on my wall. So someone just comment below and tell me if I'm Team Dynamite or if I'm on my wall. So Eva, you said you're gonna be quiet, right? Okay. All right, so just wanted to double check that I'm in my team page, because this was team training. Okay. I see a lot. Okay, I'm in Dynamite. Okay, I'm in Team Dynamite. Okay, so just like I said, disclaimer. Okay, good. We're in Team Dynamite.
I don't see you. Okay.
Hot Mess Express. I slept for 48 hours, and I woke up only to do like a Zoom call, to do another Zoom call or a team training. Hannah's going to bed. I canceled on Hannah the last 2 days. I was supposed to, this is how tired I was. I canceled on Hannah the last 2 days. She's my trainer. And, I was that tired. I was like, Hannah, I need rest. Like, I'm beat. I'm done. Like, I just need to tap out. And I was like, Tim even knows, like, I don't sleep. Even when I say I want to, I don't. And he was like, every time he came in, he's like, I was asleep. He brought me food in bed. So it's important to rest, because this is just you gotta rest. You gotta take care of yourself. It's very important. So I'm feeling pretty good. I think for the first time in 2 days, I feel actually alive. So, okay, I wanted to talk to you guys tonight. That was my little disclaimer. Sorry about that squirrel. So I wanted to talk to you guys tonight about 12 important differences between employee mindset and entrepreneurial mindset. So if I asked you this question right now, if I asked you, are you able to sacrifice your time and money for building your dream and empire, what would you say? What would you say to that? Are you able to sacrifice time and money for building your dream empire? Or are you like, nope, no sacrifices, nope, not willing to do that? Or are you worried about your monthly paycheck only? Are you worried about that monthly paycheck? Because I'm going to tell you there's differences between those two questions. So in a nutshell, an entrepreneur is okay with sacrificing time and money for building that dream empire. They know they know that they need to sacrifice time. They got to sacrifice money to get the end result. People that are worried about just looking month to month to month to month, that's an employee mindset. That's an employee mindset. And I'm gonna get into this later. And I'm not saying either one is good or bad. I'm just saying, if you're in business, but you have an employee mindset, if you're an entrepreneur, but you have an employee mindset, you're going to find yourself colliding in the two worlds. And there's a reason for this. So I'm going to, I'm going to go down the list here. So there's honestly, websites and websites and websites galore that goes over this type of thing. If you want to go look it up some more, you can look this up and go find all kinds of stuff on it. But some things that I was reading, I thought I would kind of talk to you guys about, because I think it's really important. Going back to my journey, I didn't realize that it was a thing to have this kind of mindset. I just knew when I started Monate, my mindset was different than when I was in all the other companies before. I was in 10 different companies before Monate. I don't know if you guys know that. A lot of you guys know my story. Some of you don't. When I was in all the other companies before, I was literally in network marketing for 20 years. And the first 17 years of my journey, I was in 10 different companies. And those 10 different companies, I had a complete employee mindset. I viewed those businesses that I was in like it was a job. Like I could get a job at the grocery store, like I could get a job at the restaurant. I come and go as I please. Well, I joined those businesses. I came and went as I pleased. I did not go into any of them thinking like an entrepreneur. I literally went into them with a employee mindset. And it's not a choice I made. It's not like something it clicked to me, I better go into this business thinking like an entrepreneur. Like it wasn't like that. It was literally, that's just where my mind was. I started a business. I didn't do well. Like I didn't make much sales. So I quit. Oh, I'll try another one. Oh, I didn't like that one. Quit. Like I'll try it again. I did it 10 times over. I did it 10 times over with no results. Now, the reason why I truly believe Monade happened for me is because I made a decision. I made a decision one day and I said, you know what? I'm going to stick through this whether it gets hard or not. If it gets hard, I'm going to stick it through. And I didn't say, that's the entrepreneurial mindset. I'm going to adapt today and I'm going to succeed. That's not what had happened, but that's what I did. I viewed it as a long-term vision. I didn't think of it as a disposable job. I joined with the intention that I was going to succeed, whether it got hard or not, right? That's how I decided. So when it's been 3.5 years, and there's been some hard times. Last year was hard. Last year was hard on everyone. Let's bring that elephant out in the room, people that were around last year. 2018 was a hard year for those people that were in it, right? Things are starting to get better now, but for those of you that were in 2018, let's not sugarcoat it. It was dang hard. And if you're still here, kudos to you because that was hard. So it got hard, right? But even so, even along the way, yes, I got to the top. Yes, I did my journey and all that fun stuff, $1 million earner, yay! But it wasn't like that. It was like more like this. It went up, but there was dips going along the road. It was up and down and up and down, frustrating, not, frustrating, good, blah, blah, blah. It was a roller coaster and it still is. But guess what? I never gave up. And it's been 3.5 years. And look what happened. Can you imagine if I didn't give up in the other companies I was in when it got hard? I probably would have seen success. Especially Mary Kay. Mary Kay's that was my very first company, was Mary Kay. If I was in Mary Kay today, that would have been 20 years later. Can you imagine where I'd be in the company Mary Kay? I'd probably, who knows where I'd be in that company. But I'm just saying, it's a reputable company that's still around today. So it was not the company, it was my mind. Because the products are great. It was my mindset that was the problem. Same with all the other companies I'm in. I'll tell you guys are my team. I'll tell you the companies I was in. I was in Mary Kay, Arbonne, Avon, Unique, Young Living, Scentsy, Norwex, Beachbody, Amway, Jockey. Those are just some to name a few. There's probably more. But yeah, so I was in all those companies. Hey, you got your new dress on! Yay! Those companies are great companies, right? Yeah, my Cadillac would be pink. That's right. So as you can see, it wasn't the companies that was the problem. It was my mindset. It got hard. I left. I didn't have the stick through itness. I didn't view it as a investment, as a entrepreneurial investment. I saw it as a job. And that is why I truly feel I didn't succeed. So if I can kind of give you guys the mindset shift as to where your minds are at right now, and maybe just to solidify where you're at even better, I'm going to give you some tips that I would like to share with you, and maybe using my story to relate to that. So if you want to get your pen and paper out, there's probably about 12 differences that I'm going to list if you want to take some notes, and then you can reflect on this later and then see where you fit. And maybe if you need some mindset shift, you could kind of think over these to help kind of shift your mind when you're feeling like, maybe if you wanted to quit or something, maybe you're like, you know what, I need a mindset shift, I should revisit this. So think about this. Employees think without starting versus entrepreneurs start without thinking. Listen to that. So employees will restrict their future growth by thinking about perfecting different skills. Like an employee will be like, I need to do everything perfect before I start this job, right? I need to know everything works, how everything works, and how I need to know the comp plan, I need to know the products, I need to know everything. I need to know everything before I get to work. That's an employee mindset, because an entrepreneur will jump in and figure it out later. Just saying. Entrepreneurs they will know little about what they're doing. They will just start working, and they literally won't waste time by falling into the perfection trap. They will not waste time by trying to be perfect in what they do. They believe that they're going to learn things along their entrepreneurial journey. They will learn along the way. And without knowing it, that's what I did. I was like, I'm going to jump in, knew nothing about Monat, didn't know what I was doing, what I was selling, but I was like, I'll figure it out along the way. I just knew it was a good opportunity. It's a great opportunity, and I'll figure it out along the way. Guess what? I'm still figuring it out along the way, and it's been 3.5 years. Did that hold me back from earning $1 million? No. Did I know? I still don't know the comp plan, you guys. It's a joke. It's a joke between my friends that I suck at knowing the comp plan. But did that stop me from doing what I do in my business? No, because I'll figure it along the way. And if I don't know, someone else will help me. That's the power of network marketing, is that you have an upline to help you at any given time. But see, employees, what will happen is they will start all excited and on a positive note, like, oh, I'm starting this new job. But then what happens is they start doubting their capabilities and their strengths along the way. Because they're worried about perfecting their skills, about getting that job done right and doing it perfect. That's an employee mindset. Entrepreneurs jump in and figure it out later. Okay? So think about that. So, and I can relate this totally, like I said, to my journey, because when I started, I didn't worry about anything. I sold everybody men's shampoo and mask. That's what everybody got when I first started, because everyone wanted to grow hair back. So that's what I thought. The men's had the Capixel in it. I didn't realize all of them had Capixel. I knew the men's had Capixel, and it was men's back then, not black. It was called Men's 2-in-1. So I literally sold everybody men's and the mask, not knowing the mask wasn't a conditioner. Not a conditioner. It's a treatment, and you need to do a conditioner after to close the cuticle. Didn't know that. But everyone used the men's, and they used the mask as the conditioner, and they loved their hair, and I still sold it, and I figured it out later. Let's try when I learned more about products. Hey, let's switch it up. Let's switch in between some volume this time. Let's add some volume. Let's add this conditioner in. Figured it out. It's fine. It's shampoo, right? It's not the end of the world. But that is completely different mind shift than before with my other companies, because the other companies I was in, when I didn't know what, I would jump in. So I guess I was an entrepreneur in the fact that I would jump into these companies, but then I wouldn't figure it out. I never took time to figure it out. I jumped before I could figure it out. So this one, I stuck to it. So here's another one. Employees wait for the right time. Entrepreneurs will do it without thinking about the right time. Employees will find different excuses to complete their tasks. They'll keep postponing their targets, whereas entrepreneurs will have 3 main boosters to start their work at any time, which would be love, patience, and dedication. They understand that the short-lived nature of the opportunities, and they grab the opportunity and come up with different plans. So they will make it work. They are passionate about what they do. They have patience. They have dedication. They know it takes time, right? So, and there's no excuses, right? So employees will be come up with every excuse in the book not to complete what they need to do, versus entrepreneurs find that passion. They connect to why they're doing what they do. They dedicate themselves to doing what they do. They have patience. They know it takes time to build, time to learn, time to grow. There's no excuses. Opportunities are quick. You never know when it's going to end. So you grab it and you go with it. You learn and you go. And you're willing to go with the flow. And if it's not going the right way, you figure it out and you do something else about it. You don't just jump out and quit. See what happened? The first 10 companies, I didn't figure it out. I made up excuses why I didn't succeed, why it didn't work. It was always the products. It was never me. The excuses were always the products. Oh, that skincare is too expensive to sell. Oh, those shakes are too expensive. Nobody wants that. Oh, it was always somebody else's fault why I couldn't make it in those companies. But I truly believe why I made it in Emoloyee is all my fault. It's all my fault while I succeeded. Because I was passionate about the products, passionate about the opportunity. I was dedicated to sharing that with others. Completely dedicated to sharing it with others. No matter what people thought of me, or whether they made fun of me, unfriended me, I didn't care. I had a message to share. I had products to share. And I did not matter to me what other people thought of me. And I had that patience to take my time and do it right. So another difference is, so employees aim for the promotion in their company versus entrepreneurs aim for the promotion in their business. So, for example, like the workers that have an employee mindset, they're concerned about the increment, like their salary, I need a better position. I need to get a better salary. I need to, work. I gotta work the system and kind of work up. I want to be manager. I want to be assistant manager. Like they're kind of looking for the next promotion. I know that might sound familiar to a network marketing business where you're looking for your next rank, but that's not really what I mean in this situation. It's more of entrepreneurs work hard with the intention of learning new ideas, how do I lead my team? How do I help grow this team? What kind of strategies are we going to do for marketing? You're always measuring results and you're moving and you're moving and swaying through the business to make your business grow, not just to literally chase the paycheck. Do you know what I mean? Or chase the rank. If you know what I mean, entrepreneurs are busy trying to do things so their business will grow, not just as an employee will do things just to chase the paycheck, right? I want that bigger paycheck. I want that promotion. And while yes, we promote in our business, but the reason why we promote in network marketing is because we're growing our business. So we look for ways to grow that business. How do we make it grow? How do we duplicate it? How do we get people to duplicate what we're doing? How do we share this message? What tools do we need? What events do we have to hold? We look at ways to grow the overall business. Thus, the reward is the ranks go up, but we're not looking at necessarily, I need that rank, I need that pay. That's what an employee will look at, the final number. I need that rank, I need that pay. But an employee doesn't look that way. They grow the business because they know the pay comes. See the difference? So employees dream their plans. Entrepreneurs plan their dreams. Boom. No matter how big your dreams are, dreams without plans have no significance. We've heard this time and time again, right? So employees will dream about breaking their 9-to-5 routine. Oh, one day I would love to be out of this office. I don't want to be working 9-to-5. One day I'll be living in a mansion and I'll have a butler feeding me grapes, a cabana boy around my pool, right? That's what employees think like that. Yes, we dream big as entrepreneurs, but guess what? We actually have a plan. We make plans for these strategies. We don't just dream about the life and be like, one day I'll break out of this 9-to-5 grind and I will save enough and I'll have this dream. Employees will keep dreaming and keep dreaming and keep dreaming about what they can have, but yet they still are in that grind. They're looking for the paycheck. They're looking for the promotion. They're dreaming about this lavish lifestyle, and it's just the grind just happens. But an an entrepreneur is actually dreaming about what they want. They see the vision. They backpedal and go, what do I need to do to make this happen? Okay, I need to do this. I need to do this. If I get this, I'll get this. I'll get here. Boom, there it is. And they get their dreams along the way. They have a proper strategy in place to actually make that happen, not just sit there and dream about it. Does this make sense, you guys? Does this make sense? So another difference between employees' mindset and entrepreneurs' mindset is that employees think that money is everything versus entrepreneurs know that time is everything. Employees invest in their future. They invest in their future growth by focusing on money. They're very money focused. You know, need that promotion, need that paycheck because I want to live that lavish life. I'm going to get it. I'm going to keep grinding. I'm going to keep grinding. I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. They're in that hamster wheel, right? They look for safe returns on things. They look for, okay, what's the safe investment? If I put this here, if I put this money in, I'm going to get this money out. They're always looking for that safe bet. That's, you know, if I do this, I'm going to get this out. Just very calculated, counting every penny. It's like counting that paycheck. If you look for the pennies never come, right? They're just looking for, like, money is everything, whether I need to save this, I need to be very budgeted. If I save this every month, then I will get this out of it. It's like, it's very linear thinking, right? Versus entrepreneurs know that time is money. They know if you give time for growing a company, if you spend time in your business and you focus on building your business, the money will come. It's all about the time. The time you spend in your business, the investment you put in your business, all that is time. That is everything. That will create the money, right? We're used to working as like in your business. You can work months and months and months and get no sign up and get no returns, get nothing. But you know that will happen. Like you can have a few short months, no problem. You can have months and months and months of getting no signups, no signups, no signups. But you know that if you keep going and doing what you do, you know the bigger picture, what will be there in the end result. You know that. You know, like there's a plan for it. It's out there, and entrepreneurs will believe that you put the time in, you will get the rewards. But employees can't see past that. They're just like, oh my gosh, I worked 3 months. My mindset, 3 months into a business. Oh, 3 months, didn't make any money. I'm out. It was exactly my mindset. 3 months in, no money, I'm out. Like that is literally, like that's an employee mindset because they're looking so linear. They're counting the money and they can't justify like, well, I put 3 months straight of work in and I got nothing back. You know, this is not a good investment. Like this is not a good paycheck. You know, but entrepreneurs don't see that way. They're like, okay, I put this time in, but if I keep doing these strategies and keep building this and do this and this will happen. And it will be even greater than what you feel is over here as the employee, right? The paycheck over here, what the reward over here will be this much better than over here, right? But you got to put that time in. So another difference is employees, frustration is permanent. But entrepreneurs' frustration is temporary. So the freedom from frustration depends on the way that the person tackles it. So employees know that they have to go through the same boring routine over and over and over again. So they lose their interest and become arrogant with coworkers and family members and, managing different roles. But entrepreneurs, they have frustrating moments as well, but they're temporary because they want to keep doing what they do. Entrepreneurs enjoy doing what they do, and everything's only temporary. Like when you're working in an office 9 to 5, if you are stuck with a coworker that you don't like, does that like not feel like the end of the world? And it's like, oh my gosh, like I'm stuck with this person forever and ever and ever. They're in my cubicle next to me. It's going to be forever. So it feels like that frustration is a permanent thing. And it's like, you can never fix this. It will never go away, right? Versus an entrepreneur is like, okay, this is frustrating, but guess what? Here's how we're going to deal with this. We're going to maneuver around this. We're going to work around this. Like, we got this. We will fix this. You know what I mean? Like they're looking to move and shake and move beyond the cubicle walls. And now don't get me wrong, that I'm not saying that having an entrepreneurial mindset is bad or having a employee mindset is bad. because employees are good. People need jobs. So I don't want you guys to think that I'm comparing these because I'm trying to knock employees. That's not the message I'm trying to share. I'm just trying to share the difference, because there's a lot of people in the team that have jobs and they have their business, and you can coexist you can do that, and you can have both. But remember that when you have your mindset in your job and your mindset here over in the business, there's probably going to be two different mindsets going on, and you might find yourself struggling because you're going to view things in a certain way for each thing. And, not everyone wants to be a full-on entrepreneur, and that's okay. But I'm just showing the difference as to kind of relating to my story as to why I feel that I didn't make it for 17 years in 10 different companies, because my mindset was completely as I was an employee of my own businesses for the first 17 years, and I did nothing with it. So when people are frustrated in their business, sometimes it's not the business that's frustrating. It's them, and it's hard to say because it was me. Like when people ask, what was the difference? Like, why was Monat different? I'm like, well, Monat it was different in the fact that it was an awesome product and an awesome opportunity. Yeah, that was different. But not really, because all those companies at one time were an awesome product and an awesome opportunity. It was me, and I know that. It was my mindset was just not in the place of an entrepreneurial mindset when I wanted to grow as an employee, as an entrepreneur. I had no idea what that even meant. But now looking back, I'm like, this makes sense. Because every obstacle that came my way, everything I did, I came from a place of being an employee, but it was in my entrepreneurial business. So they didn't match. So I never stayed long. So if you're feeling frustrated in your business, take a look at your mindset and how you're viewing your business, and that maybe you might be stuck in the employee mindset, and maybe you need to switch over to some different thinking. You know what I mean? So that might help you get out of your stuckness. If you feel a little stuck, you might just need to switch your mindset a little bit. So number 7, employees are insecure about their freedom, but entrepreneurs free themselves from all their insecurities. So on one side, employees want to spread their arms and live life without boundaries. But then on the other side, they're scared because they're insecure, because maybe they can't afford it, they don't have time, they don't have money, so they're insecure to spread those wings. But entrepreneurs will live on the edge. It doesn't mean that they don't focus on what they need to do, but they will risk there'll be the right amount of risk for every strategy that they perform. Like, they are willing to kind of like sacrifice time, sacrifice money, try, maybe invest some dollars into advertising. You don't know if your Facebook ads are going to generate leads. If people do Facebook ads, internet marketing, you don't know if your click funnel, if any of you guys do that kind of stuff, you don't know that you're going to get anything out of it, but you strategically calculate, okay, well, if I put $50 and boost this ad, I can afford the $50. You're kind of okay, $50 is doable, and I'll see what I get from the $50, right? You're strategic. But like for an employee, they're very budgeted. They're like, I'm not spending $50 on ads. I might not get anything out of that. Isn't that what an employee would say? Oh no, I'd rather spend my $50 on something I know I'm getting in return from. Like, they're going to count their pennies or count results, right? They're budgeting because they're very strict on their income. So an employee would not invest that $50 probably on a Facebook ad or some funnels or something, because they're like, I don't know. Or maybe samples. They wouldn't spend $50 on samples because they're like, well, I don't know if people are going to try those and I'm going to get anything in return. Employees will not do that. But entrepreneurs will assess the risk associated, but they will put the risk in, but they'll risk accordingly. Maybe you can't afford the $50, but hey, maybe $10 on ads might work. You might do that and see what happens, right? But you will do the risk is the thing. And entrepreneurs will put the risk in, knowing there's a bigger picture, and it's part of their strategy, right? So employees work hard, but entrepreneurs work smart. Employees will, kiss butt, try to get in their boss's good books, try to get that promotion. They'll do more work, they'll spend more time. They will do everything that they can to look ahead of the game. They will do everything in their power, and they'll even work harder. They'll work harder to be seen at work. Like, my boss will notice me, I'm going to stay after hours, get no extra pay for it, but I'm staying extra hours because I want that promotion. I'm going to work hard. They're going to work hard. Entrepreneurs, they figure out how to work smart, right? We do that, the time grid, doing like urgent and not urgent, urgent and important, urgent, not important, not urgent, important, not urgent and important. The time quadrant, like, that's a really great quadrant that entrepreneurs will use to gauge what needs to be done now, what's urgent and what's not. And entrepreneurs, they work on the 80-20 rule. So doing 20% of the work that generates 80% of the results. Right? That's like an entrepreneurial mindset. When we always say the 80-20 rule, that's an entrepreneurial thing. Everything is 80-20, like you work 80% with your personal business, but 20% your team, right? Because your personal business is where you generate your paycheck from. So 80% of your time is spent with your personal business, but then you still do 20% down here. But by you investing 80% of your personal business, you're getting more growth than if you spent the reverse. Like, when we were in management mode, a lot of leaders will go into management mode, which means they spend 80% of their time on their team, like the rest of the team, but they're only spending 20% of their time, recruiting and working with their GV group and stuff. So they're actually being an employee when they're doing that way, because they're working harder instead of smarter, right? An entrepreneur works smarter, not harder. Employees fall under a particular job category versus entrepreneurs will create their own profile. So employees have to perform certain tasks according to their job profiles, right? So even if they don't like what they're doing, they have to do what they do because their job tells them to do it. But entrepreneurs are not specialists. Like, are any of you guys specialists in the hair industry? Well, some of you are, yes, but most of you are not. But yet you are leading a group from the front, like you are leading your teams, and you guys are doing your goals, and you're doing what you're doing, and you're being independent, and you don't need to be a specialist. Anyone can do our business. Anyone can do our network marketing business if you're coachable and you're willing to learn. You don't need to be a specialist, but employees have certain tasks they need to perform and execute, and that's what they do. And most times they're hired because they have that skill. But entrepreneurs, you don't have to go to school for business to open up your own business. If you're willing to learn, right? If you're willing to learn, my husband, he was in school to open up a business. He didn't finish school, but he started a business anyway. He went back to university for business, started a business, and didn't finish school. And he was running a business. I've never went to school I went to university for 1 year to be a teacher, an elementary school teacher, and I'm $1 million earner in a hair care company. I never went to school for business, and I still managed to make money, didn't I? Right? So it's like entrepreneurs will figure it out. They will figure it out. It's all good. Employees blame others, where entrepreneurs will correct themselves. So in order to achieve something big in life, you need to have the courage to accept your faults. There's no use playing the blame game. Workers with employee mindset have a habit of blaming, justifying, and complaining. And that was me back in the day. In my other companies, I'm totally using my story as examples for this training tonight, because it completely relates to me, and I'm sure it relates to a lot of other people that are in the same situation when they've been in multiple businesses or considering multiple businesses. So it was the business's fault, right? No one wanted the product. It was hard to sell. I'll justify it by saying that, well, you can't switch anyone from their skincare. It's just too expensive. No one wants to do that. No one wants to spend $50 on a hand cream. Totally trying to complain, justify, and blame why none of those businesses worked in the past for me. Instead of accepting mistakes and figuring it out and correcting behaviors and learning from failures. That is how I made it in Monate is that anything I did, I owned it. So if I was like training, people a certain way or whatever it is, everything is on me, and that's okay because we learn when we fail. Whoa, that ad didn't work. Oh, whoa, that post didn't work. Oh, that training isn't working. Oh, that's not working. That's okay. I'll correct it and I'll learn from what it did. Like, what didn't work? Why didn't it work? Measure the results. Like, put something out, measure the results, execute something. It fails. Why didn't it work? Try again, right? Correct it, learn from it, fail, and do it again. That is what an entrepreneur will do. Whereas an employee, so if you find yourself blaming things like, oh, Monate's not working for me because customer service sucks. Monate's not working for me because of the negativity. Monate's not working for me because my upline doesn't support me. Monate's not working for me because I don't have a team, they suck. They're not working. Monate's not working for me. Like, all these things are excuses because that's what an employee mindset will do. So if you're trapped in an employee mindset, you find yourself blaming everything else, but looking internally and saying, okay, flip the switch here. I'm an entrepreneur. This is my business. When it comes to Monate, you're all here. When it comes to Monate, you may be an employee over here, that's fine. But over here, you are in Monate. Are you blaming everything else but yourself when it comes to your business? If you're blaming everything else but yourself, kick your butt in the ass, flick the switch and say, okay, I had a pity party for myself. Here we go. Take your 5-minute pity party. Done. Flick the switch. Okay, what would an entrepreneur do now? Okay, figure it out. What didn't work? Why didn't that work? Let's try it again, right? I'm not going to blame others for why it didn't work, for why it's not working, because the only person that can make your business work is you. And that's it. That's the magic, is that no one else can do your business for you except for you. And if things aren't working, you need to look, what can you do to fix it? If you failed at something, it's okay to fail. And it's okay to admit that you failed. That's huge, to be able to say, okay, that sucked. Okay, how can I fix that? Entrepreneurs will fix it. They will kick their butt, and then they will measure the results. They will figure out what they can do different, do better, because they have that vision, that long-term vision. They know where they're going, what they need to do, instead of blaming someone and then saying, I'm done. Oh, I gotta quit. I'm quitting. That's what I did 20 years ago, right? That's what I did like 10 times over. All right. So employees look at holidays as relief versus entrepreneurs look at holidays for strengthening their beliefs. So employees anxiously wait for the holidays because they're in that 9-to-5 grind, 24/7 work. Yes, holiday, bah! Right? They're waiting to relieve themselves from that office stress, right? So people will plan out their vacations, they'll plan out their weekend before Monday comes back again. But entrepreneurs do get excited for holidays too. But guess what? They plan out their business plans. They plan things out so they know what they're doing when they come back from their holiday. Things are still laid out, right? And it's distraction-free holiday is really good for increasing productivity. And people know that when you're running your business, you need distraction-free time. And I learned that the hard way. I just had 48 hours of sleep because I went for 3.5 years and never gave myself a break. It finally got to me. Finally. I don't think I've ever taken a break in 3.5 years. Ever. Like, even when I'm on holiday, I still work my business 24/7. I'm always working. And it finally, Tim was like, turn off your phone. Like, I literally, the last 48 hours, 2 days, I thought I needed 1 day sleep. And I needed 2. I'm finally feeling human again. Anyways, so I've been acting like an employee, maybe, I guess. Not really. I haven't even been acting like an employee or an entrepreneur when it comes to time off. But entrepreneurs will, because they know no one's running their personal business when they're gone. So like a lot of times when like when people will go on like trips, like incentive trips, like if you ever see like people put in, like you'll notice that Monate will put up kind of sales or this or that when a lot of the like flash sales will go up when a lot of the leaders are on a trip. And that's for a reason. You'll notice that when people are on a trip, there will be always undoubtedly a flash sale because the leaders that are gone aren't working their business. They know that. We're in training. We are enjoying our trip. We're on our downtime. Like we are away. And they know that if we go away, our teams will stall. So when we go away, they put on a flash sale because that keeps everybody excited and working. It's very strategic. You'll notice it. You wait to the next incentive trip when people are away in, what's the next one? Well, Monations is a big one. But in Las Vegas, when we were away, was there not a flash sale when we were away? Maybe when the people are away on the elite trip, there'll be a flash sale because the elite people will be gone. Yeah, it's just strategy because, you know, when entrepreneurs are going to leave, when employees leave the office, they leave the office, right? They leave the office because they're done their work for the day and for the weekend and they can go. But then they dread coming back on Monday. But entrepreneurs will take that downtime to reflect, to regenerate, to rejuvenate, and then be pumped to get back with focus and energy and excitement when they come back. They're not dreading Monday. They come back on their own terms and they're refreshed and they're revived. Does it make sense? Nashville was a pet line. They did that when we were away. It's strategy. So then the last one that I want to leave you with tonight is employees break down after failure, but entrepreneurs wake up after failure. So failure is inevitable, you guys, right? If you're not ready to embrace failure, then you won't be able to come up with fresh ideas. And workers with an employee mindset, they lose their confidence in the time of struggles, like when they're having a struggling period. And they almost look like failure as a dead end, right? It's like, I failed, I'm done. That was me like 20 million times over, right? I didn't really sell anything. Like, that's it. I guess that's the end of my road for that company. Maybe I'll do better at the next one. You know, like failure is like a dead end to them. But entrepreneurs, I just said this, like I literally just said this. I'm almost done. I just literally said this, that entrepreneurs will see opportunity in every single failure. After being knocked down, they do not lose their enthusiasm. They will recover and improve with every fail. So hopefully that gives you some insight and some clarity onto the mindset of when it comes to running your business, being an entrepreneur versus being an employee. You know, sometimes there will be a drought where you're going to have to eat Kraft dinner, you know, a whole bunch of days. But you know that one day there might be days where you're eating steak, right? It could go be, you know, but you're okay with that as an entrepreneur, right? You know that some days are going to be down, some days are going to be up, but you're not looking at that linear thing, like that linear paycheck, that linear rank, right? So hopefully this kind of helped you guys with your mindset. If you feel like you're struggling, you know, a little bit, before you blame others, like before you blame your upline or your downline, before you blame the company, like the products, before you blame the negativity, before you blame everything else, take a look where your mind is at. Take a look within first and really give it a fair shot and say, did I really, really look at this through the eyes of like an entrepreneur? Like, did I look at this through the eyes of a business owner? Or am I looking at this all wrong? Like, am I looking at this all through as if this was a job for me and not a business? Because I think a lot of times we start these businesses, well, I did, we start the businesses with an employee mindset because we start them thinking it's just, I'll sell some stuff and make some money. And that's what an employee would do. They would sell some stuff and make some money. But then it gets hard. And that's where the entrepreneurialism kicks in, is when it gets hard. That's where the mindset needs to kick in, because when it gets hard, it's tough to blame. It's hard to blame yourself. You don't want to blame yourself. You want to blame everything else, but it was everybody else's fault but mine why this didn't work or why it's not working. But it's okay to fail. It's okay to fail and learn from that failure and get up and try again. And that's the beauty of it. And when you do that, you'll learn something new and you'll grow. And then you'll keep growing. And then what happens is your business grows, confidence grows, team grows, everything grows, paychecks grow, everything grows. So it's okay to own the failure and it's okay to own it within. I own it all. Like 1,000%. My journey before Monate, people think that I just, Amy joined Monate, she got lucky and now she's successful. It's like, yeah, but I had 17 years of failure before I hit Monate. I got knocked down 10 different times before I got back up again. There was no reason why I should have started over again. Why would I do another company again for the 11th time? Why would I do that to myself? My husband and I literally just had the conversation. Please don't do any more of those MLMs. You don't make money at them. No one makes money. You spend more than you make. Like, please don't waste your money and waste our time doing this. Be home with the kids. Save your money. Stop doing these. And I said, okay, for like a minute. And then I found a product I like. And I was like, well, it seems like a really good, I saw opportunity. I was like, I see opportunity though. It's a new product and it's something really good. No one's doing this. I saw opportunity. I saw it through an entrepreneurial eye, not through employee eye. I was like, Tim, I'm doing it. Like, we fought about it. And I was like, no, I'm doing it. Like, I feel like I can do it. And I made that decision from day one. When he said no to me and I said, I'm doing it, that's when my mind switched. And I said, I'm doing this. And I even said to him, I said, I am going to do this company. I said to him, if I don't make it in Monate, I will never do another one again because I'm giving it my all. I'm going to do everything it takes to figure it out this time. Even when it gets hard, I'm going to figure it out this time. And that's what I did for the first time ever. I finally figured it out. And it all came down to me. I had to figure myself out. I had to figure out where my head was at. I had to figure it out. And a lot of it came inside. A lot of it had nothing to do with the external factors at all, but it was all within. So I encourage you guys to reflect within and be really honest with yourself about where you're at and where you're going and where you want to be and where your vision is. Are you tunnel vision, just rank and paycheck, or are you seeing the bigger picture? And the bigger picture requires failure. The bigger picture requires hard work. It requires sacrifice. It requires dedication, passion, love, persistence, patience. It requires a lot of things. Are you willing to do those things to get the bigger vision? That's what you need to ask yourself. Entrepreneurs will say yes. An employee will say, hell no. It's Friday. I'm gone. Bye. Right? So where are you at? Love you all. Thank you guys for listening. I hope that gave you some insight. Hope you found value. Share it with your teams. Tag your teams. Yay! It was so nice coming to you live tonight. I'm probably going to go back to sleep again and finish up my 48 hours of rest because this girl needs to keep on working and I needed to have my little rest time and I'm okay with that. And I will be back at you guys fresh tomorrow. So I've started kind of developing a team schedule for you guys that are still here. Monday night Zooms, power hours every Monday night. Tuesday trainings here on the team page. The Monday Zooms are the Zoom link. Tuesday training is here, right here on the wall. And if you're local to Halifax, I'm doing monthly team huddles where we do a meet, Monate, and then a huddle. And I'm gonna maybe do weekly, like dessert type, like coffee date things, getting people out there. So I encourage you guys to go back to basics. Get yourselves out there, even if just you and one person is there, and then you take pictures and show people, we're waiting for our team to come. We can't wait. It's going to be a great night. Bah! Just literally back to basics. Get out there, talk to people, socialize, have fun, get social, do your events, and just rock it. Rock it. So thank you guys. Love you. Thank you, Charlotte. I'm going back to bed. I'm going to get some sleep, and I will talk to you guys soon. I love you all so much. Mwah. Good night.